Welcome to the Top Shelf Soccer Show right here. I got Christian Fronick with me. It's Johnny Mays, Marketable Sports. You know, Marketable Sports, we've got that app, Fronick. It's down there.
Love it.
We got football and soccer on there right now. And you know what February in Florida means in high school sports? It's playoff for the winter sports.
Yes, sir.
And we on Top Shelf, we're going to cover soccer. Next season, we're going to cover it throughout, top to bottom. This season, since we're new, we're going to cover the playoffs. We're going to keep you up to date on the playoffs. We are the only show in the state of Florida that's going to cover it from top to bottom, 7A to 2A, Key West to Pensacola. Here we go. Fronick, welcome to the show. Are you excited about this? This is our own
Thank you.
Very
super excited. And for those that don't know, on Twitter, I'm Route One Soccer, and been at this for, a decade or more, I think. And Johnny and I don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk, because both of us were out at high school soccer playoffs last night. And honest goodness, kind of impressed.
It's some good soccer you were at. Tell us the game that you were at.
Yeah. We'll cover it later. But I was at Boca Raton High School, watching them play Freedom High School from Orlando.
Okay.
And the talent is there.
The talent is there.
The excitement is there.
That's a 7A, right?
Correct.
Okay, so for everybody that are the novices out there, there are 6 classes in Florida in soccer. The biggest schools are 7A, classification 7A, and then it goes down to 2A. So 7A, 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, and 2A all throughout the state. Boca Raton, Freedom, that's a big, mighty clash between 7A giants. I was at a 5A clash between Gulf Breeze and Ridgeview. And we'll get to that. I cover that one too.
So just real quick, for those people that don't know, they do the classifications based on school population, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And the boys were last night. There were a couple girls games last night as well, but most of the girls games were on Tuesday. So that's what we'll kick off with. Those regional semis for the girls are tomorrow night. One thing I want to say is anybody listening to this and watching this cares about high school soccer in the state of Florida. Go out and support the local teams, whether your team is still in it or not. If you got one in the region that's there, go support them.
Absolutely.
Local community support is what it's all about.
And it's so easy. You can do it online now. You don't even have to touch anybody if you don't want to.
That's right. NFHS Network is covering all the playoffs. And
so there's that, but also you don't have to. They don't do paper tickets.
That's right. GoFan.
I can't remember the name of the company, but if
it's
you go
GoFan.
Yes,
GoFan is doing all the ticketing. It's all mobile. It's contactless. And the great thing about soccer,
and it's cheap. It's $7-8.
It's wide open. You can sit away from everybody. You can get in with people. It's a great time, and you're supporting the local kids,
community.
Yeah,
exactly. The schools, the kids, the community. Yeah.
So let's kick it off with the girls 2A bracket. Fronick, you got the 2A bracket.
You got it. All right, I'm gonna roll through this pretty fast because we got a lot to cover tonight.
We do.
I'm in Region 1 of the Class 2A tournament. So I believe this was 2 nights ago, most of these, if not all of them. And St. Johns County in Region 1 just absolutely ripped through St. Francis. And in the bottom part of that bracket, or that quarterfinal bracket, St. Joseph Academy beat Rocky Bayou 3-1. So that means St. John's Country Day will be taking on St. Joseph Academy tomorrow night and 6 p.m. All right. Continuing, Christ Church Academy again ripped through University Christian and 8-0.
That's a mercy rule. So for anybody who doesn't know, we're still in Region 1. Mercy rule in high school soccer is 8 goals, but you must finish the first half. So if you see any scores where there's more than an 8-goal difference, you know that all those goals were scored in the first half. Sorry, right. Go ahead.
No, makes you wonder why they don't create a 1A classification for some of these teams that are absolutely getting smashed in the playoffs. All right, second part of that bottom half of the Region 1 bracket. Lafayette beat Trenton 5-1. So that means Christ Church Academy will be taking on Lafayette at Christ Church Academy in Jacksonville. And that is 7 p.m. tomorrow.
Very nice. Moving on to Region 2.
You got it. The Pine School had a home game against St. Edwards, and they pulled it out 2-0. So that was a good, closer game. And then an even closer game where Circle Christian defeated Foundation Academy 4-3. And that means Pine will be hosting Circle Christian in Hobe Sound tomorrow afternoon at 3:30.
Bottom half of the bracket there.
Yes, sir. Region 2. Geneva beat Jupiter Christian 5-0, and Orangewood Christian defeated Victory Christian 1-0. So that means home match at Geneva School, where they're hosting Orangewood Christian tomorrow at 5 p.m.
All right, moving up to Region 3 of girls Class 2A, Florida High School.
You got it. All right, Shorecrest Prep looks like mercy rule again, 9-1 over Newman. Shorecrest Prep of St. Petersburg. And then in the other half of that quarterfinal, Indian Rocks Christian defeated Evangelical Christian 1-0. Lots of Christian schools out there in 2A. So that sets up a Shorecrest Prep home match against Indian Rocks Christian in St. Petersburg. Then we'll move into the bottom half of Region 3. St. Stephen's School, Episcopal, defeated Imagine School 1-0. And in the other half of that quarterfinal bracket, First Baptist Academy defeated Cambridge Christian. So St. Stephen's of Bradenton will be hosting First Baptist Academy tomorrow at 6 p.m.
And there's Region 3. Moving down to Region 4, South Florida area. What do we got there?
All right. This was played at Miami-Dade County Kendall campus, and True North Classical Academy defeated Boca Raton Christian 4-0. And in the bottom half of that quarterfinal bracket, at David Posnack Jewish Day School, David Posnack Jewish Day School was defeated by Westminster Academy of Fort Lauderdale, I believe. So that sets up a interesting competition at Kendall Soccer Park Field 2, where True North Classical Academy will host Westminster Academy tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
And then rounding out Region 4 of Class 2A.
Yes. Tequesta Trace Park, which is up just north of Jupiter. South Florida Heat. Looks like Mercy Rule defeated Archbishop Carroll 8-0. And in the second part of that quarterfinal, or second half of that quarterfinal, Glades Day defeated Archimedean, named after Archimedes, a Greek god.
Is it Archimedes or Archimedes?
I believe it's
I don't know.
Maybe you're
Sorry
right.
if we mispronounced.
Yep. Anyone from Archimedean or Archimedean that wants to correct us, please do so.
Yes.
So Glades Day defeated them 7-0. So that sets up a good matchup at Tequesta Trace Park, where number 2 South Florida Heat hosts Glades Day.
That's
at 3:30 tomorrow.
Very good. That's region 4 of Class 2A, the girls quarterfinals, regional quarterfinals. Got to remind everybody that all of this information is coming from the FHSAA and Max Preps. We are merely reporting what has been posted by both of those entities. Let's move on to 6A. I've got starting off with Region 4. We'll stay down there. The number 1 seed, St. Thomas Aquinas, downs number 8, Fort Lauderdale, 4-0, sets up a matchup at home for St. Thomas Aquinas against number 5, Doral Academy, who upended Everglades, the number 4 seed in Region 4, 6-0. In the bottom half of the semifinals of that bracket, you had number 2 Lourdes Academy beating number 7 Seminole Ridge 6-1, and Dwyer choking out Olympic Heights. Dwyer's a number 3 seed of Region 4, Olympic Heights number 6. So now Lourdes Academy will take on Dwyer. That game will be played at Monsignor Pace High School.
I know
Region 3.
You know where that is, Johnny.
Yeah, it's right next door to where we went to law school, St. Thomas.
That is correct.
We used to watch everybody out there practicing, whether it was football, soccer. We saw them all practicing.
That's right.
We were usually playing some pickup basketball, I think.
That's true.
Region 3 of Class 6A of the girls saw number 1 Wiregrass Ranch beat number 8 Sumner 5-0. Number 4 Land O'Lakes beat number 5 Riverdale 1-0. So Wiregrass will host Land O'Lakes on their home turf. And then we had a little upset in the bottom half of that bracket.
Sure did.
Number 7 Wharton beats number 2 Fort Myers 4-1. Wharton moves on. Fort Myers done in the playoffs this year. Number 3 Bloomingdale upends number 6 Sun Lake 3-0, setting up a matchup. Bloomingdale didn't think they'd be hosting, but now they get to host a semifinal match against Wharton.
That, you know what? Just real quick, that just goes to show. Don't give up. Don't think, we got to, if you're a lower seed.
That's right.
You could end up hosting.
Hey, listen, there were some upsets, and when it comes to playoff soccer here in Florida, anything can happen, and that happens in soccer, and that's why I love the game.
Right.
And talking about that, great segue. Region 2 saw some high seeds fall. You had number 6 Martin County going up against number 3 Lyman. Martin County upends them 2-1 and is now going to host a semi because number 7 Lakeland upsets number 2 Ridge Community 3-2. Second half winner for the upset. They were tied 1-1 2-2 going into the half, and Lakeland pulls out a late goal and it was second half goal for the win. Number 1 George Jenkins eked by number 8 East River 1-0. They will host Vieira, number 5 seed in Region 2, who beat number 4 seed Melbourne 3-2. Region 1 moving up to my area. Number 1 Ponte Vedra. That's a team that you always see.
Is that right?
Battling out to get into that state championship. Name that's well known throughout the state in soccer. They beat who did they get there? They beat Lincoln out of Tallahassee 1-0. The surprise score there because Ponte Vedra is a powerhouse, but every team has their days. Number 5 Fleming Island beat number 4 East Ridge 4-1, so they'll travel up to Ponte Vedra, or down to Ponte Vedra, I should say. And then our 2 Panhandle teams fell in the quarters. Number 7 Niceville fought to a 2-1 loss to number 2 Buckholz, and number 3 Navarre crashes out of the quarters with a 3-0 loss to Fletcher. Now Fletcher travels to Buckholz, and that wraps up 6A girls. And now we'll take it to you. You go into 3A.
All right. Sure. We'll start in Region 1 because it's number 1, and we start at 1 when we count.
Okay.
And PK Young defeated Florida State University in Tallahassee 4-1, which sets up them hosting the winner of Wolfson and North Bay High School, where Wolfson got the upset. It looks like in penalty kicks. So PK Young versus number 1 PK Young versus number 5 Wolfson tomorrow at 7 p.m. Moving on, in Johnny's backyard, we got Bulls getting number 2 seed getting upset by Episcopal School, and or Bulls is not in your backyard, is it?
Bulls is Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. I knew I'd heard of it, but I just thought maybe it was Pensacola, but it's Jacksonville. Kind of far away.
5.5 hours.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
On the bottom part, this is the big upset bracket as well, just like you covered earlier.
All right.
Providence defeated McClay in the bottom half of this quarterfinal. Region 1, it looks like in penalty kicks as well. So that means Episcopal School of Jacksonville will be hosting Providence School tomorrow at 6 p.m. All right, moving on to Region 2. We have Lakeland Christian defeating Trinity Prep in the top half of the region quarterfinal, and Berkeley Prep, number 5. So Lakeland Christian was the number 1 seed, so that was expected. In the bottom half of that quarterfinal bracket, Berkeley Prep, the number 5 seed, defeated Taylor 7-0, so just before the mercy rule came into effect. And the final is Lakeland Christian hosting Berkeley Prep tomorrow at 7 p.m. Moving on to the bottom half of Region 2, Tampa Catholic, the number 7 seed, defeated number 2 seed Calvary Christian 3-2, and Lakeland High Prep defeated the First Academy 2-0, setting up Lakeland High Prep in Orlando hosting Tampa Catholic. That's going to be a rivalry game of the what is that? The high US 4 or whatever. What's the highway that runs? Oh, I can't hear you.
I had me on mute. How about that? I-4.
I-4. Thank you, sir. All right, moving on to Region 3 of the Class 3A. A lot of threes there. Number 1, Benjamin defeated Holy Trinity Episcopal 2-0. And Cardinal Mooney defeated Oxbridge Academy 1-0. Cardinal Mooney being the 4 seed, Oxbridge the 5 seed. So that sets up a 1v4 where Benjamin of Palm Beach Gardens will be hosting Cardinal Mooney. That's in my neck of the woods. Bottom half of the Region 3 brackets. Number two, Edgewood defeated Kings Academy 5-1. And number 3, Bishop Verrol defeated West Shore. So that Edgewood will be hosting Bishop Verrot in Merritt Island tomorrow at 7 p.m. Moving on to Region 4. Palmer, number 1 seed Palmer Trinity defeated Pinecrest 4-0. And Westminster Christian defeated University 2-1. Palmer Trinity of Miami will be hosting Westminster Christian tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Finally, in the bottom half of the Region 4 bracket, North Broward Prep, the number 2 seed, defeated number 7 seed Coral Springs, and LaSalle, the number 3 seed, defeated Ransom Everglades 1-0, setting up what is to be expected, the number 2 versus number 3, North Broward Prep and Coconut Creek hosting LaSalle.
Get through that one. Is that 3A? Or did we wrap up Region 4?
We did. What are you laughing at?
All right.
Had a little gas.
Yeah, a little gas working through that one. That's all right. Hey, we power through. Let's move on. We're moving on to Class 4A. I'm starting at the bottom. You start
All
at
right.
Region 1. I start at Region 4.
There we
So
go.
Region 4, number 3, Gulliver Prep beat number 6, Jensen Beach 2-1. We'll travel now to number 2, Cardinal Gibbons, who defeated Mast Academy, the number 7 seed. Cardinal Gibbons is number 2. 2-0. Cardinal Gibbons won. Number 1 seed American Heritage Delray Beach handled Pompano Beach, choking them out 8-0. They now host number 5 Somerset Academy, who thrashed Miami Springs 9-1, double choke out on that portion of the bracket. So American Heritage will now host Somerset. Region 3 saw number 2 Parish Community beat LaBelle 8-0, third chokeout in a row. They will host number 3 Lemon Bay. Is it Lemon or Lemon?
That's a good question.
Okay, sorry if it's Lemon. Parish Community hosts Lemon Bay in the semis, who beat number 6 Robinson 5-1. Number 1 in Region 3, Academy of the Holy Names, took care of number 8 Hardy 8-0. A lot of chokeouts here in 4A. Academy of the Holy Names now hosts number 5 Bonita Springs, who beat number 4 North Coast Tech 5-4. Moving over to Region 2 of 4A, saw number 2 the Villages Charter beat number 7 Horizon 2-1, and will now play host to number 3 McKeel Academy, who beat number 6 Eustis 5-1.
I wonder if the kids at Villages get really good presents because all their grandparents live near there.
I didn't know there were children allowed in the Villages. I really thought that was a rule, but maybe I'm.
Yeah, it probably is.
I don't know.
I bet you they can drive a mean golf cart, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. The top part of Region 2 bracket saw the number 1 seed in that region, Bishop Moore. They just eked past number 8 Titusville 1-0. But now they play host to number 5 Seabreeze, who defeated number 4 Satellite 3-1. Region 1, my stomping ground, we did pretty good. Number 3, Bishop Kenny, not my stomping ground, won 2-0 over number 6 Santa Fe, number 6 in the region. Bishop Kenny now travels over to my neck of the woods, Pensacola, to play number 2 West Florida, who put the smackdown on number 7 Fernandina Beach 9-1. Mercy rule. It's a hostile environment. If you've never been there, play at West Florida. They play at Ashton Brosnahan Park, and which is the home of FC Pensacola. But yeah, it's going to be a good crowd. That's going to be a good game. I expect a home crowd there to be pretty loud and raucous at that one. Number 1 Tecoy Creek beat up on number 8 Yulee 8-3. They host the other 4A Panhandle team, your old stomping grounds, probably some of the girls that started with your program. Number 5 South Walton going to Crawfordville and laying it on number 4 Wakulla 4-0. Great job, South Walton. Way to go. And
they got a long way to go to St. Augustine and take on the 1 seed.
They do, but you know what? This sets up a situation that could be an all Panhandle Region 1 regional final. And that would be fun. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to 7A, the big cats, the big schools coming out to play, and then we'll finish up with 5A.
That sounds great. Let's do this. Region 1 of 7A, Bartram Trail, the number 1 seed, took care of Winter Park 1-0, which is probably not the score line a lot of people thought it would be. And then number 5, Creekside beat Boone 3-0, setting up Bartram Trail hosting Creekside. Says tomorrow at 7 p.m. So make note of that. In the bottom half of that bracket, of that Region 1 bracket, we got Hagerty, the number 7 seed, upsetting number 2 seed Oviedo. And Lake Brantley, the number 3 seed, defeating Lake Mary 1-0. And Lake Brantley will host Hagerty tomorrow at 7 p.m. In the Region 2, Palm Harbor University defeated number 1 seed. Palm Harbor University defeated Venice 3-1. And the number 5 seed, Lakewood Ranch, took care of Windermere 2-1. So Palm Harbor University will be hosting Lakewood Ranch tomorrow at 7 p.m. In the bottom half of the Region 2 bracket, number 2 seed Newsom defeated number 7 seed Sickles 3-1. And number 6 Plant upset number 3 seed Gulf Coast, setting up Newsom hosting Plant tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Tampa Plant is always in the mix.
Are they?
Yeah,
Okay.
they've got a good sports program over there.
Excellent. All right, so we're moving on to Region 3, which is my neck of the woods. In a big rivalry game, the number 1 seed Boca Raton girls took care of Spanish River 3-0. And in the bottom half of that quarterfinal, Jupiter fell to Lake Nona 1-0. Setting up number 1 Boca Raton, hosting Lake Nona tomorrow at 7 p.m. At, let's see, bottom half of Region 3, Park Vista defeated number 7 Park Vista, upset number 2 seed Treasure Coast. And number 3 Wellington defeated West Boca Raton 1-0. So Park Vista will be hosting Wellington in Wellington, where Park Vista is located as well, in the semifinal of that Region 3. Region 4, Palmetto, the number 1 seed, squeaked by number 8 Western 1-1, but on penalties. And number 4 seed Dr. Crop defeated Coral Reef 5-1. So Palmetto will be hosting Dr. Crop at Tropical Park in Miami-Dade County. And in the bottom half of Region 4, Stoneman Douglas, which some of you may know for unfortunate reasons, defeated South Dade 6-0. And Cypress Bay defeated Cooper City. Cypress Bay, the number 3 seed, defeated the number 6 seed, Cooper City 2-0. So Stoneman Douglas will be hosting Cypress Bay tomorrow at 5 p.m. in Parkland.
There are your regional quarterfinals and semifinal matchups that are coming up tomorrow. The quarterfinal finals. Thank you on that. That's 7A. Now moving on to 5A.
Last but not least, 5A.
Let's start in Region 4, where we saw number 1 Pembroke Pines Charter eke past number 8 Suncoast 1-0. They will now host number 5 Archbishop McCarthy, who went down 1-0 at the half to number 4 Terra Environmental. Came back, scored 2 in the second half. They end up winning that game 2-1. Number 2 Naples knocked off number 7 Barron Collier 2-1. Needed 2 overtimes to get that one done. They now host number 3 American Heritage Plantation, always a powerhouse in 5A. Or whatever classification that they're playing in. Number 3 American Heritage Plantation beat number 6 Estero 1-0. Region 3, the number 1 seed there, North Fort Myers, Mercy ruled number 8 Ida Baker 9-1. They will host number 5 Mariner, who upended number 4 Mercied Braden River 8-0. 2 Mercy rules there. Bottom half of that bracket saw number 2 Osceola squeak by number 7 St. Petersburg with a first half goal. They won 1-0. They will now host number 6 Cape Coral, who knocked out number 3 Freedom out of the state competition with a 3-2 win. Moving over to the bottom left of your bracket, Region 2, 2 upsets in the bottom of the bracket. Number 6 Springstead get to play host in the semis after defeating number 3 Lecanto, who is usually up there sniffing around the regional finals every year. Lecanto goes down 2-0. Number 7 River Ridge surprises number 2 New Smyrna Beach. Big surprise there. It's like a 15 seed beating a 2 seed in the March Madness basketball.
Nice.
River Ridge winning that 5-3. So they will travel to Springstead for a semifinal matchup. Number 5 Lake Mineola traveled to number 4 Wesley Chapel. Wesley Chapel is usually in one of those big names that you hear in the playoffs. Lake Mineola lays the smackdown 8-1. Now travel to powerhouse Merritt Island, the number 1 seed in the region, who beat Cypress Creek 2-0. Now my home 5A, Region 1 semis are going to see 2 mainstays face off. Number 3 Stanton crushed number 6 Milton in my backyard. Well, it was actually over in Jacksonville and Stanton. Stanton won that 8-0. They will take on the Dolphins of Mosley, number 2 in the region, who took care of number 7 Choctaw Fort Walton 4-0. Stanton traveling from Jacksonville over to Panama City for that one. And then the top bracket saw another Panama City team advance. Number 5 Arnold beat number 4 Ridgeview 2-0. And now Arnold has to take the 2.5-hour drive on Highway 98 over to number 1 seed in the region, Gulf Breeze, who only needed a first half to take care of number 8 Menendez, knocking him out 9-0. And there is your Region 4-1 Class 5A semifinals.
Very nice. The 2022 Girls Soccer State Championship Tournament already seems to have a lot of upsets. This sounds like they're not done yet at all. Hey, there's going to be some surprises.
It's going to be fun to see what happens tomorrow night and, see where these regional finals end up. There's chances for some number 7 seeds to be making it to the regional finals, and that's always fun. I love to see it. There's a couple 8 seeds that advance too.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Definitely those 7 versus 6s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like you said, we don't want to get too far off the soccer path, but if for those of you that follow the basketball big dance, this is the kind of stuff that just get you hyped.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's it on the girls' side. Let's move on to the boys' side. And we're going to follow the same kind of format. Fronic is going to start us off with the boys. We're going to start off in Class 2A. Fronic, are you going to start in Region 1 or Region 4? I think I know your style, but go ahead. I'm going to let you go whichever way you want to go.
All right. Give me just a second.
We've got boys. By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, most of the boys matches were last night.
Correct.
There is one in the classes that I'm covering that did not have a score posted yet. So
you're right. They're playing today or played tonight.
They did? Okay.
Yep. Sure enough. I saw that as well. All right. So do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, let's start off with 2A. You ready on 2A?
Let's do it. Class 2A boys soccer bracket here on the Top Shelf Soccer Show.
The only show to cover Florida high school soccer.
all of Florida high school soccer for
That's
sure.
right.
All right, let's go. We're going to just start in Region 1 here in the Class 2A boys soccer bracket. And St. John's Country Day, the number 1 seed, defeated Oak Hall. And number 5 seed, St. Joseph Academy, defeated Harvest Community, the number 4 seed, 1-0, setting up St. John's Country Day in Orange Park, hosting St. Joseph Academy.
I think that's the exact same matchup on the girls' side, too.
It probably, yes.
I think it was.
Sound familiar. Okay, and in the bottom half of the Region 1 bracket, number 2 seed St. John Paul II defeated Lafayette 1-0, and the number 3 seed Rocky Bayou actually fell in penalty kicks to Port St. Joe. So
I'd like to just point something out there.
Sure.
Rocky Bayou is the only team in the Panhandle in 2A. Did you see that shootout? Did you see how the shootout 13-12? Port St. Joe won 13-12.
Where were the keepers? Did they bother to show up for the penalty kicks?
I tell you what, but it looks like they went straight to penalty kicks. There was no overtime. 13-12. Man, that I feel bad for the keeper of Rocky Bayou, because you know what? That's a tough way to go down.
Definitely. That could have gone. That was like flipping that was like the NFL overtime where you flip the coin and you get possession and it's pretty much over. It's not. It's not good for that conversation right now
about that rule. Okay, let's move on.
So yes, St. John Paul II will be hosting Port St. Joe at Mike Hickman Stadium. And then we're moving on to Region 2, where number 1 seed Pine took care of Sefner Christian pretty easily, 9-1. As Johnny says, they got choked out. And the bottom half, or the bottom part of that half of the Region 2 bracket, All Saints Academy the number 4 seed defeated the number 5 seed Legacy Charter 1-0. So Pine School, which I am familiar with that name. It seems like we hear of them a lot in soccer every year. So they'll be hosting All Saints Academy on the 14th at 3:30 p.m.
Pine, a 2A powerhouse.
Right, exactly. There's something I want to talk about after we get done doing these scores. Number 2, Circle Christian defeated Orangewood Christian.
Orange juice?
I know, I almost said it. 2-1.
Orangewood Christian.
Yes. And the bottom half of that bracket, number 3 Foundation Academy defeated number 6 Faith Christian 6-2, setting up Circle Christian in Winter Garden hosting Foundation Academy. Moving on to Region 3 of the boys 2A. Number 1 seed Canterbury choked out Marco Island Academy 8-0. And Bradenton Christian defeated Donahue Catholic 2-1. So Canterbury of Fort Myers will be hosting the number 1 seed, will be hosting the number 5 seed Bradenton Christian on the 12th at 7 p.m.
Donahue went up in that first half goal. Bradenton comes back with 2 goals in the second half to take the win.
Oh, very nice. Sounds like a good game. All right, bottom half of the Region 3 bracket. Number 2 seed St. Stephen's defeated Admiral Farragut 4-0. And number 3 seed Shorecrest Prep defeated Cambridge Christian, the Shorecrest Prep, the number 3 seed, defeated number 6 seed Cambridge Christian 4-1. So we have to say, I know these private schools have names that are
tough.
Difficult.
They're tough.
Number 2 seed St. Stephen's Episcopal is hosting Shorecrest Prep in Bradenton on the 14th at 6 p.m. So make note now, there's several games on the 12th, several games on the 14th. I haven't seen a 13th yet, but I guess it's possible. Valentine's Day is going to be a heartbreaker for some of these people.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Heading down to the South Florida region. Number 1 seed Sheikh Hillel Community School. I'm assuming that's how it is. defeated number 5. I'm sorry, I can't read that. Number 8 seed David Posnack 2-0. And number 5 seed Riviera Prep defeated number 4 seed Berrien Christian 3-2. So Sheikh Hillel Community School will be hosting Riviera Prep on the 12th, 8 p.m. in North Miami Beach, which I'm assuming is the field and school that there's a Miami Heat player that it's named after.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. That's
hold on, we're almost done. And then finally, in the bottom half of the Region 4 bracket, Archbishop Carroll made Champagnat Catholic tap out to the score of 9-1. And number 3, Westminster Academy of Fort Lauderdale fell to Archimedean. We'll find out the correct.
We'll find out.
So that means Archbishop Carroll will be hosting Archimedean on the 12th at 11 a.m.
And there are your boys 2A classification quarterfinal matchups and semifinals matchups. Quarterfinal results and semifinal matchups, I should say. Let's move on to the 6A Region 4, number 1 Doral Academy upended number 8 Fort Lauderdale 5-0. They will now host number 5 South Broward, who beat number 4 Reagan 4-2. Number 2 St. Thomas Aquinas will host a semi after beating Olympic Heights, the number 7 seed 3-1. Next up is number 3 Dwyer, who beat number 6 Everglades 4-0. Region 3 saw the number 1 seed of Mitchell eke by number 8 Immokalee 1-0 with the second half goal. They'll now host number 5 Sun Lake, who beat number 4 Palmetto 3-1. Number 2 in the bottom half of that bracket, Fort Myers downed number 7 Largo 3-0, and they will play host to number 3 Wiregrass Ranch, who beat number 6 Manatee 3-0. Region 2 saw number 1 seed Vieira get by number 8 Harmony 3-0. They will host number 5 Lake Howell, who beat number 4 Lake Gibson 3-0. Number 2 Ridge Community beat number 7 in the region Melbourne 4-2, and will now host number 3 Edgewater, who snuck past number 6 South Fork 2-1. Closing out the 6A bracket is Region 1. Panhandle gets slammed. Number 2 Childs beats number 7 Tate 3-0. They will host Mainstay Ponte Vedra, who are the number 3 seed in the region, surprisingly. Ponte Vedra beat Booker T. Washington in Pensacola 3-1. Ponte Vedra's in Jacksonville area, but number 5 Niceville falls to number 4 East Ridge 1-0, and surprise, East Ridge gets to host another playoff game because the number 1 seed of Fort Walton Beach falls to number 8 Fleming Island, crash out of the playoffs 4-3. Wow. And their soccer season is over. I'm sorry, Fort Walton Beach. That's my neck of the woods. That's Panhandle, and we hate to see a Panhandle team crash out. That is your 6A boys Florida high school soccer quarterfinal wrap-up, semifinal preview, kind of. Let's go over to 3A.
Sounds good. Here we are in the 3A bracket, starting in Region 1, because we start with number 1. And number 1
you
seed.
You start with 1, I start with 4.
Number 1 seed, Bulls of Jacksonville defeated Walton, again in your neck of the woods.
Defuniak
6-0.
Yes.
Yes, Defuniak Springs, exactly. And the number 4 seed, McClay, defeated number 5 Trinity Catholic, setting up Bulls of Jacksonville hosting McClay of Tallahassee. A little bit of a hike, but not too bad compared to maybe Pensacola, for instance. So in the bottom half of Region 1 of 3A, Pensacola Catholic, around the corner from Johnny Mays,
Yep.
defeated Williston 4-0.
Good for them.
Yeah, number 3 seed PK Young was upset by the number 6 seed Florida State University of Tallahassee, but they're going to have to travel to Pensacola, who will host where Pensacola Catholic will host them on the 12th at 7 p.m.
Count on a hostile environment there.
Really?
That student section is fantastic over at Catholic. They get out there and support their team. It's fun to watch. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing how some schools do that? Something to take note of, people who want a really good experience. All right. Moving on to Region 2, number 1 seed Tampa Prep defeated Lakeland Christian, the number 8 seed 4-2. And number 5 Clearwater Central defeated the 4 seed Calvary Christian 1-0. Tampa Prep will be hosting Clearwater Central Catholic on the 12th at 6 p.m. Bottom half of the bracket, number 2 seed Trinity Prep defeated Carrollwood Day 4-0, and the number 6 seed Tampa Catholic defeated Lake Highland Prep. A bit of an upset in penalty kicks. So Trinity Prep of Winter Park will be hosting Tampa Catholic in the next round on the 12th at 7 p.m. Region 3, Benjamin of Palm Beach Gardens in my neck of the woods defeated the number 1 seed, defeated the number 8 seed Kings Academy 4-1, and number 5 seed West Shore defeated Lake Placid, the number 4 seed 2-1. So Benjamin, the 1 seed, hosting number 5 West Shore Palm Beach Gardens on the 12th at 7 p.m. Bottom half of Region 3, Edgewood with the upset of Bishop Verot, or Verot, I'm not sure how they pronounce it in Fort Myers, never know, 2-1. And the number 3 seed Holy Trinity Episcopal defeated Oxbridge Academy 1-0, setting up Holy Trinity of Melbourne hosting Edgewood on the 12th at 7 p.m. In the Region 4, number 1 seed Ransom Everglades took care of Westminster Christian pretty easily 4-0. And number 4 seed St. Andrews, around the corner from where I live in Boca, took care of didn't take care of them really. But they did win in penalties. So they move on, and Ransom Everglades of Miami, the number 1 seed, will be hosting St. Andrews of Boca Raton.
4-2 in a shootout there.
On the 12th and 7 p.m. Finally, number 2 seed LaSalle beat Calvary Christian 2-0. Number 3 seed University beat Miami Country Day 2-0, which means number 2 LaSalle will be hosting number 3 University in Miami on the 12th, 7 p.m.
Very nice. There's your Class 3A boys Florida High School Soccer Regional Quarterfinal review, semifinal matchups. Moving on to 4A. Let's see. Region 4 saw number 1 Gulliver Prep beat number 8 Jensen Beach 2-0. This is the matchup. Number 4 Mater Lakes Academy against number 5 Cardinal Gibbons. Do we have a score on that one yet?
3-0.
3-0. Who took that?
Cardinal Gibbons won.
Cardinal Gibbons is going to travel to Gulliver Prep now
down in Miami,
defeating number 4 Mater Lakes Academy. Number 2 Somerset Academy Pembroke Pines fell to number 7 American Heritage Delray. I tell you, American Heritage, whatever city they're in, they're going to be pretty solid. American Heritage wins that 2-1. And now they will travel to number 6 St. Brendan, who upends Somerset Canyons 2-0. That is Region 4, 4A. Moving over to Region 3, number 3 Robinson beat number 6 Lemon Bay 3-2, and now travel to number 2 Clewiston who beat number 7 Bonita Springs 3-0. In 2 overtime games in the top half of this bracket, number 1 DeSoto County needed 2 overtimes to notch the only goal of the match, and get past number 8 Hardy 1-0. Then the thriller number 4 Nature Coast and number 5 LaBelle, end of regulation, tied at 1. LaBelle advanced 5-3 on PKs.
Nice.
They will face number 1 DeSoto County. Region 2, back to the Villages, number 1 seed. They beat up on number 8 Pine Ridge 8-0, choke them out. They will host number 4 Satellite, who beat number 5 Seabreeze. We've seen those two match up on the girls' side in quarters. I can't remember who won that. Satellite wins the boys' side 2-1. In the bottom of the bracket, number 2 Bishop Moore beat number 7 Mulberry 3-0, and will now host number 3 McKeel Academy, who beat number 6 Horizon 2-1. McKeel Academy needed 1 overtime to get that victory. And the last region 1, number 6 Bishop Kenny upsets number 3 in Crawfordville, number 3 Wakulla High School 2-0, and will now travel to number 2 East Ridge, who beat number 7 Sewanee 3-2. In the top half of the bracket, Panhandle did well. Again, your South Walton High School they are the 1 seed in Region 1. 4A, they beat the number 8 seed Panama City Bay 2-1, and will host number 5 West Florida, who needed 2 overtimes to get the only goal and beat number 4 Yulee 1-0. West Florida makes the trip over to South Walton for a regional
it's a rematch of the district championship too.
And it should be one heck of a game.
Yeah, it really should be.
That is your 4A wrap up. Then now on to the big schools of 7A.
The big boys of 7A.
And that is what Fronic is going to cover for us now. You starting in Region 1?
You got it. I started at 1. All right. Number 1, and we're going to start with an upset. Number 1, Spruce Creek was upset by Bartram Trail. Number 8 seed, Bartram Trail last night. And the number 4 seed, Lake Brantley, was defeated by number 5 seed Mandarin, which means Mandarin of Jacksonville will be hosting Bartram Trail, the number 8 seed.
Interesting.
Yes. Number 2 seed at Oakleaf defeated DeLand 4-0. And number 6 seed Creekside defeated, 4-0 was the Oakleaf DeLand score. Creekside defeated Boone 2-0, which sets the number 2 Oakleaf of Orange Park hosting the number 6 seed Creekside.
I don't mean to interrupt. Just want to go back because Bartram Trail is the number 8. Bartram Trail is good in just about everything, every sport. Right. They're always up there.
Right.
And I looked it up. Interesting. They're number 8 in that region, yet they are number 12 in Class 7A. That tells you that region, Region 1, is a strong one.
Oh yeah. Look at Johnny flexing the Northwest Florida muscle.
iPad skills.
All right, moving on to Region 2. Number 1 seed Lakewood had to go to penalty kicks to defeat Olympia, and the number 5 seed Riverview Sarasota defeated Celebration, the number 4 seed 2-1. So Lakewood Ranch of Bradenton will be hosting Riverview Sarasota on the 12th at 7 p.m.
Celebration High School, beautiful facilities there.
Really?
Yeah, we were down there for the Tropical Bowl.
So it's in Orlando. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Number 7 seed Eastlake in Region 2 with the upset of number 2 seed Gulf Coast 2-1 in Naples. And number 3, Plant, which Johnny said, hey, watch out for them. They're strong. Defeated Dr. Phillips 4-1. So Eastlake of Tampa will be hosting, Plant of Tampa will be hosting Eastlake, which is the 7th seed. Plant is the 3 seed. Reed Christian.
Bam.
All right, moving on to Region 3. We had Park Vista, the number 8 seed, again an upset, defeat Cypress Creek. Actually heard a lot of talk about this at the table at the local ale house as we celebrated some other teams win, and they were happy to hear about this.
Is that right?
Park Vista, right. Cypress Creek, I guess, is apparently known to be a very strong team. So the fact that they got beat in penalty kicks by Park Vista, some people were like,
really?
Oh, yeah. And number 5 seed Lake Noonan defeated Centennial 1-0. And then in the match, moving on to the bottom half of Region 3. Oh, sorry. The semifinal will be Lake Nona of Orlando hosting Park Vista on the 12th, 7 p.m.
Cypress Creek only number 8 in 7A. I should point out. Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
And then in the bottom half of Region 3, a match that I attended, and the player that was on our club team that you are Marketable Sports is sponsoring, he played for us a year ago. Well, a year and a half ago it started, and he's a senior now in Boca Raton High School, and he assisted on the first goal, and the assist was everything. The goal was a piece of cake. I mean, you could have touched it with any part of your body. It was wide open, the goal after the assist. And then the second goal, I'm watching the video, and it's 1v1 versus it's him and the keeper. And the defender just decided, I'm not going to let the keeper take him on 1v1. So he cleared him out in the penalty area.
Earned a penalty.
Penalty kick. Someone else took the penalty kick. But the player that used to play for the team that I help run and coach sometimes. And,
Palm Beach Breakers.
That's right. Palm Beach Breakers. Thank you. And that Marketable Sports sponsors played very well. Had to be man of the match, really.
Good to see Boca Raton move on then.
Yes. The number 2 seed Boca Raton defeat Freedom of Orlando 2-0. And the bottom half of that Region 3 bracket, Palm Beach Central defeated Spanish River 1-0. So now we have Boca Raton hosting Palm Beach Central on the 12th at 7 p.m. And I might just go.
That's going to be a good one.
All right. Moving on to the last region, Region 4. Number 1 seed Cypress Bay defeated Coral Gables 2-0. Number 5 seed Columbus defeated Coral Reef 5-2. And so Cypress Bay of Weston will be hosting the number 5 seed Columbus on the 12th, 3 p.m. And in the bottom half of Region 4, Miami Beach, the number 7 seed upset Monarch in penalty kicks, and the number 3 seed Dr. Kropp defeated Stoneman Douglas 2-0. So Miami Beach, the 7th seed, will be hosted by Dr. Kropp at Ives Estate Park, which is actually a field that Palm Beach Breakers has played on many times.
Is that a North Dairy Ives area?
Ives
that
Dairy.
road? Ives Dairy. That's right.
Ives Dairy. Yeah,
Ives Dairy.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, that's the exit, and you head west instead of east, which is probably the direction most of the people we knew lived in.
Yeah, we went east. Well, there you go. There's 7A. We've got one classification left. We've got the boys 5A, of which my alma mater, Gulf Breeze, resides in Region 1. Let's start with Region 4. Usual suspect American Heritage Plantation hold the number 1 seed. No problem getting past number 8, Terra Environmental 4-1. Expect to see them in regional finals, American Heritage, that is. They will host number 4, Golden Gate, who won 2-1 over number 5, Archbishop McCarthy. Number 2, Bell and Jesuit beat number 7 Naples 3-0. They will play number 3 and host number 3 Pembroke Pines. Charter, who beat Lily, number 6 Lily 5-2. That wraps up Region 4. Region 3 saw number 2 St. Petersburg beat number 7 Countryside 1-0. They will host number 3 Mariner, who had a 2-0 victory over number 6 Southeast. The number 1 seed in the entire class, I believe, that could be the girls, I'm sorry, but the number 1 seed in Region 3, Tampa Jesuit, had a close one with number 8 Seminole, eking out a 1-0 win. They will host number 5 Osceola and will travel for the semis to Tampa after beating number 4 King 5-1. I correct myself before I even get to it. Arnold is the boys' number 1 seed in region or class 5A. Tampa Jesuits number 2 and Gulf Breeze is number 3. Region 2 5A saw a couple of big names fall. Number 2 Wesley Chapel fell in first overtime 1-0 to number 7 River Ridge. Now River Ridge will travel to number 3 Lake Mineola, who beat number 6 Auburndale 2-0. Auburndale, of course, for any club teams out there or club players, they know that as the home of State Cup. At the top of the bracket, number 1 Gainesville got past number 8 Gateway 2-1. But we saw number 4 Merritt Island stumble to number 5 New Smyrna 3-2. So they are out. New Smyrna advances and will travel over to Gainesville for a matchup against number 1 seed in Region 2. Region 1 is the power region in 5A. You got the number 1 and 3 in 5A. In the end, Fronic, only 1 team gets to move on. Start off here in the quarters with number 1 Arnold out of Panama City. They're the number 1 5A team.
Panama City Beach.
Number 5 overall in the state of Florida. They glide past number 8 Clay 7-1. They will now host number 4 Matanzas. I'm sorry you have to make the trip up there, but you do, because you beat number 5 Choctaw 2-0. That's going to be a tough mountain to climb, but you never know. It is the playoffs.
That's a lot of driving back and forth. Oh my gosh.
Bottom of the bracket will pit 2 familiar foes in the semis. Number 3 Stanton beat number 6 Menendez 1-0. Number 2 seed Gulf Breeze. This is the game I went to. They knocked number 7 Ridgeview out of the playoffs with a 5-0 win. All 5 goals in the second half. And so the last time that Stanton and Gulf Breeze boys played in the playoffs, Gulf Breeze traveled to Jacksonville, made that 5.5-hour trip. I was there because my son was on the Gulf Breeze team. We lost to Stanton over there in Jacksonville. Now they get to make the drive, come to our home turf. Let's see what happens. That's going to be one to watch. Fronic, we've got some semifinal matchups that are going to be awesome to watch.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's so interesting to you had a little more detail about the drama involved, and it's only going to get better.
Hey, the more we do this, the more familiar we're going to be with all these teams. Listen, if we breeze past you in this one, we apologize. We're building this plane as we fly it. Come fly along with us. It's going to be fun. We're not going to crash. And if
No.
we do, it's a nice soft landing. It's going to be all right.
That's
So
right.
we're getting it. We're going to have you. We've got the knowledge. It's there. We're building more. There's a lot of schools out there. We're learning about some of you guys just now. So,
and the less, not if it felt like it was too many scores and too many, too much this time, there'll be less matches that we have to report on. We can get in more in depth into the meat of what happened. Johnny's doing a great job of, and I'll try to equally do as good a job, if not better, of reporting on penalty, extra times, penalties, any big events that happen in these matches, because as he said, there's some matchups now coming those are the ones that these schools look forward to, whether it's revenge or some other rivalry type of situation.
Win and you move on, lose and you go home. That's the way the playoffs work in Florida high school. We are in the middle of it, and these semis are going to be awesome. We're going to come back on Tuesday. Top Shelf will be back. By then, all the semifinals matches will be complete. We will give you a report leading up. We're going to cover those semifinal matches and leading up and preview those regional finals. I can't wait to see what happens. I hope that my Panhandle is still well represented, but we shall see. I can't wait to watch. This is Top Shelf Soccer right here on Marketable Sports Channel, YouTube. Fronic, thanks so much, man. I enjoyed it. And
yeah, definitely.
Can't wait till the next time, bro.
Sounds good, man.
All right.
Until next time, folks.
All right.